He came to Hawaii to be a receiver. His 4.4 speed, shifty footwork, and sure hands made him a perfect fit. But the Warriors needed him on defense, and C.J. Hawthorne just could not say no, filling in for the good of the team. Now he's back at his natural spot, catching on and catching touchdowns in J.J.'s offense. Tonight, we go under the helmet with the Warriors' newest offensive threat.
No, he's hilarious. He's kind of like he's like that young kid who has waited his whole life to get something and finally got it, and so he's just so thankful and excited to just be a part of it.
A new position and a new opportunity have breathed new life into C.J. Hawthorne, but it's his new life off the field that keeps him going. C.J. just got married to his wife Tina in January, and their 21-month-old son, Kobe Tayshawn Hawthorne, always puts a smile on his face.
Man, he just loves me. He tells me, Dad, come here. And just the littlest things he says, when he gets by the house, I think about him.
In case you're wondering, yes, CJ named his son after NBA stars Kobe Bryant and Tayshaun Prince. After all, basketball, not football, is his favorite sport.
When we found out we were pregnant, I was nervous and scared at first, but then I was like, if it's a boy, I'm gonna name him Kobe. Right off the back, and she conceded right off the back. She never fought it or anything, and she's like, okay, you can name him Kobe. I was like, baby, if it's a girl, you can name whatever you want. That's a good pitch.
While CJ doesn't have time to work, they get by. His wife works for Geico. In fact, take a look at his practice helmet with the caveman sticker on it. Hawthorne loves the commercial.
Oh man, that's the funny part about it. It's so stupid, it's so funny. And sometimes you wonder, where did they get this idea from?
Still, as happy as he is, balancing a young family, football, finances, and schoolwork is not an easy task. But when frustration mounts, CJ takes a deep breath and thinks about how lucky he really is.
And people in Africa and in India and over in Iraq and the things that they go through, daily. And it helps me put it in perspective that even though things are tough, I'm still so blessed and that I can still go home to a family, and we don't have to worry about car bums every day.
Oh, Hawthorne has seen his share of hardship. He grew up in Biloxi, Mississippi, one of 8 brothers and sisters, and he was still there when Hurricane Katrina ripped through the Gulf Coast. And while his house was spared any serious damage,
man, we pretty much stayed in tents outside as long as we could because it was so humid. And when you went inside, there was no power or anything, so it was so hard to sleep. But then it was hard to be outside also because the mosquitoes were so bad.
No running water, no indoor plumbing, and yet that optimism remained.
I think it brought us closer because then you got to spend a lot more time with your family and friends, and we were able to do things we would never play cards all day, just have time to talk, how sometimes our schedules get so hectic.
If you can smile through that, you can smile through anything. Even playing defense when you want to play offense. But now that CJ's made the switch from DB to receiver, his teammates are so
the most humblest, hardest working guy, pretty much on his team. It's times that, people, used to pretty much praise me and say, commend my work ethic, and I commend him, I sometimes see him overdoing me, and, it just makes all of us better, but he's coming along real well, he's real hungry, and, it's paying off on the field.
And he's very nice, very polite, and always yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. He's a nice guy.
Yes, he's polite, and for good reason.
Man, my mother would not let us say yes or yeah. I should be yeah. What do you mean? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. So. But
it's no longer his mom's reaction that CJ worries about.
I realized that everything I do, almost everything, my son watches. He sees me help my wife clean up, so he wants to help my wife clean up. I see when I read my Bible, or he wants to go get his kid Bible and read it. When I do anything, I'll go down, take the trash. He thinks it's the right thing to do to go get that trash, taking it out.
And that's part of why he pushes himself so hard on the field. Yes, the misfortune and sacrifice from his past have made him tough, but the joy and love he draws from his new life, that's what gives him true strength. Because C.J. Hawthorne can't just live his life with his best interest in mind. He's constantly setting an example. For the June Jones Show, I'm Steve Weehart.
Former Secretary of State Colin Powell once said, "There are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure."
Another week and the Warriors are a step closer to perfection. Their 5-0 start, the result of countless hours on the field, in the weight room, planning, sweating, doing whatever it takes.
But while the record stands without blemish, the Warriors know there are still things to work on, minor failures, if they will, that they need to clean up.
Still, the fact that they made adjustments and pulled out another win on the road speaks wonders to Hawaii's toughness.
But these are the games the Warriors are expected to win. The big tests lie ahead. So it's increasingly crucial that they learn from mistakes now for a shot at glory in the months to come. Our thanks go to Coach Jones and CJ Hawthorne. We'll see you next week.